about the Three Amigos again. Should be able to do it by hand before you really try to force it in there. So I'm able to do it by hand just by twisting with my hand, not using the wrench. Now I don't want to snug these yet because I gotta get this third one in there. Third one require me to spin. Yeah, this might be an option here. And then yet we can still see our lug nuts too. I mean our nice chrome bolts there. So we might ride around with this for a while until we get tired. I don't know. I just don't feel like it should put any pressure at all on the. I think I'm afraid that this guy. But it's easier now to cut where we need to cut it because he's in that corner area. So we can create a little, almost like a little easy a round cut in the very corner and then, you know, be done with. So I'm tempted, I really am. So anyway, I'm just hand tightening these guys here. This one needs a little bit more. Okay, so let's snug them up now. Let's snug them up. Just snugging them up. This might be our final, not final tight down, but this might be our final snug down before we really decide where to cut. Yep, I think we might be going for it. I'm scared as you guys are. No, this is my scooter, right? There's nothing to be scared of from your end. Like, okay, I know what not to do. But I really like it. Oh look, check it out. It's straight. They're both even here. I didn't realize that these guys can move, shift a little bit here and there, right? And that's probably maybe what caused this to actually now align. So it's kind of nice. So there we go. And then we decide to cut. We know we have to cut somewhere around here to be able to feed. Still gonna be weird. Yeah, we'll have to cut. So we can cut like, you know, perfectly round in this angle here. We'll know because there would be only an angle there. So let's say, for instance, let's bring that. Where is he? I know he's somewhere around. Oh yeah, we put him in the box. So if we were to cut, which I'm banking on, if we were to cut this guy here to bring him in accordance with these guys' hole, we'll use this round as a caplet. There's not really much support there, so we got to be really careful. So we're going to go ahead and put this guy here. We're probably going to cut somewhere. I'm not sure how much he digs in or not dig in, but it will be more than likely like right there. We'll be cutting here. I'm cutting here. Almost like, I guess if you look at like a Chicago Bulls, if this was like a Chicago Bulls here, I'll back out so you can see. If this guy was like a Chicago Bulls here, you would say we're putting his nostrils right there. Okay, get a further shot. See that? We're going for a Chicago Bulls look right here. We should paint this red and put Chicago Bulls. We'll put the nostril right here. Alright, so maybe this is where we're going to be putting here, putting it here. Yeah. So, if we really want to be accurate though, which I know we do, but then we'll figure out some way to kind of pace this guy, because we're hoping that he moves a little bit further in, but he's not giving way at all for us. So more than likely the cut has to be somewhere in the edge. So like right there. So it's almost not digging to the flush too much, but it's like right there. This thing needs a curvature around. So more likely it's right there and right there. Now before we decide to cut, let's see how it actually, for stability reasons, let's see how it's going to support itself. Okay, so when the downforce is going to play, let's come from the side so you guys can see what I'm trying to get at on this one. So we're going to have some downforce here when we have our Givi pressure from the top. The downforce is going to push down like this, right? So, you know, it sounds like, wow, you have a spoiler or something here. It's going that fast or something. Okay, so This guy, see, the thing is you can drag him downward too, see? So that means the only thing that's stopping him from going downward is the actual Givi itself. And the length of this bar. So the length of this bar is not going to give, it's going to push down. So the length of this bar will be stationed, right? So that would be a problem. The only way to get this guy to go further down is that this guy was to be able to fully tighten and secure. This guy's already rubbing hard on this guy right here. So he's not going anywhere anytime soon. I want to make sure too, because once this guy might not even be able to flex in, who knows where he'll go. But yeah, this one will be tightened in like this, which we got that figured out, I guess. Keeping them at an incline. It'll be so much easier to poke the hole through here. Is it supposed to lift up anymore? Well, there's no choice. I hope not, because it's not going to be able to lift itself up anymore. This is it. This is his last mile stretch here. So before we cut everything out, let's go ahead and strap our thing. Maybe hit this with paint, just get everything cleaned up, prep ready. But we're getting an idea where we're probably going to want this to be able to situate. So somewhere here in this corner, we can pretty much maybe take a tape or something to get a view of it. So let me go get a little masking tape. It would probably help. Let's see here. I'm just getting a masking tape to mark it. Mark it from this end anyway. I can't mark it from the other end. Get an idea of where vicinity of the bar is laying low on this. Okay, so the bar is there. This guy is sort of tightening on his own, or let's see if I back him up. See, if I back him up, all it does is pushes on this glass, and that's not what I'm trying to hope for the pressure. I'm trying to make sure that the bar is what's causing him not to go further down. So if I was to decide to cut, it'll be right here, let's say. I don't know. I mean, so many things to cautions up here. Once we do one cut here, this is it, the final round cut. And I'm not too confident this guy is actually going to do his part in holding it for us, unless we flip him the other way. Have we tried the other way yet? Have we flipped him over here this way? It's going to bring this a little higher over there. So it's kind of backwards. Flip him like this, have the tall Y's up there. Have we tried that yet? Or I think we haven't really tried that yet, have we? Put this one the other way now that we got this flipped over. Let's try this way now. Let's try it. Oh, sorry. Let's try to actually flip this guy the other way. Flip him the other way to here. This will put the back support that we're looking for. It's going to make this guy ride a little bit higher up here, which is needed. So let's try flip him the other way, give him more support. Okay, let's go ahead and keep doing this. We're going to have to keep rearranging until we're for certain confident that this strut bar is going to be made to do its job and not just aesthetically pleasing. Getting loose now. We're going to loosen the Three Amigos. Call them Three Amigos. We can try different ways to rearrange this until we, for certain, have the most hard support. So this is just the process of it. We knew we were gonna run into some stumbling blocks. It was expected. It wasn't. I knew it wasn't gonna be like plug and play. Anything custom is always gonna require us to think, rethink, and before we cut. Unless you're Tony Stark and you have computer brains in the nano, then yeah, of course you can just say, hey, cut it, paint it. Or paint it, cut it, whatever. Paint it. He had things fabricated for him while he was out in the party. That was pretty freaking awesome. In real life, I know Elon Musk. Elon Musk is what they role model Tony Stark character from, the billionaire innovator. So I think he probably would spend more sleepless night really behind the scenes than we give him credit for. Okay. Alright, so let me blow my nose for a second. And then get back here into taking the struts off. I think I might use the shop rag more on my face than on the surface of the scooter now, officially. Alright, so now we're going to go and get the struts off. I just got the 3 bolts removed. Sorry about that. I should have showed you so that way you're not looking at weird time lapse. Alright, so here we go. Now I can actually put this on my shoulder again. Is everything ready to come off? Yeah. Alright. So we were thinking of flipping this other way. I don't know if that would make a difference, to be honest with you now. I'm thinking back. What are we going to do again? I totally forgot. Oh. We can go from the top. If we go from the top, then that's just going to drive it down. Actually, you know what? It would create a lock. I think this might be fine. Because what is, look, I put pressure. I'm going to push down like this. See, look. I'm putting pressure right now. You know what that pressure is going? It's going on the bar. See that? And it's not going forward. And I'm actually, well, here, you guys can't tell. Let me back out a little bit so I can show you how the pressure is going to work. Or assuming that I know myself. Okay, so let's say, for instance, well, if it was the crack. Let's say it was the crack, right? If this was to crack in half. Okay. Now, let's say, well, it won't crack in half. Let's say if it was still in one piece and there's pressure here supporting it. See, this is how it will support it. You can see here I'm pushing down on it. So it actually, even though it's an incline, it's pushing down on the bar still. See that? So the weight of the Givi, I'm going to show you this. Okay, so the weight of the Givi, it's on here, right? So I'm pushing down. See that? And then this locks forward anyway, so it gives it more support. So the down force is causing it to incline and forcing this down, but it's not, these struts are not giving in, so which is a good thing. Even though they're loose right now, they'll probably be even more stronger when they're tight. So this actually might work just as fine. And it brings it to this point right here where we need to drill or open it up. But what we're going to do, we were going to try to flip this guy. Or we're going to try to flip him around the other way too. Give him another shot somewhere else. Let's see here. If he comes up, let's say if he walks his feet up here, and he comes from the other way, we drive him from the top downward. Or we're going to be like same way, right? But we're going to bring him more to the top. That means this thing will ride further over here. That's what we're trying to do next. So let's try that one, which is, I don't think that'll make a difference. I'm going to put this on my shoulder, because that's the best way I found out how to take it off and on. I must have tried it like 4 different ways now, or pretty much this thing I flip back, forth, any direction now. So that's good. That way I could say, look, I tried them in every way possible. It's going to take 10,000 hours to be expert in everything. So I think I got my at least 8 hour in there. Cool. Whoa. Clockwise is loosening up. Counterclockwise is bringing them in or joining them together, let's say. Alright, doesn't matter which one to loosen first. One of them loose first, the other one's going to go as well. More than likely is the bottom one's going to loose first. There we go. These guys are going to stay with me. Well, they're not going to stay with me on my shoulder for right now. I'm going to have to put them down. Alright. So let's go and reverse this guy here. What we're doing is we're going to bring his thing up to the top now. So let's go and lefty-loosey him. Even though this works actually pretty good, we might consider keeping it this way. Who knows? We'll see. We got a lot to do, a lot to go forward. Okay, so all we're doing is just flipping this guy around, really. So let's go and grab this guy again. So all we're doing, we're just flipping his bolts the other way. So we're going to hopefully come from the other way at the thread. This guy is not liking me too much here. Like, dude, I'm going to strip one of these times. You're going to regret it. You don't have extra spare of me. I don't actually. He takes a different thread size. I think they're all 18-inch pinch. They're all something thread size, and which we don't have. So now we're going to come back from behind. I want to get my bolt in there as much as I can first. Let's get that special. I had to buy a box of this just to get 2 of them in there. Can't believe that they made me buy a whole box. Like 100 pieces. Do I really need 100 pieces? I might need the most 6, but or 8, you know, a pair here and there, but not 100 pieces. I'm not ever gonna do 100 pieces in my lifetime with these kind of setups. Here we go. But this little pocket tool comes in handy. Now we're gonna put thread locker and everything and all that as soon as we get everything squared away the way we want it to, you know. But for right now, there's no need. All right, there we go. Then we're going to put this guy's bolt on here back. I'm not sure what the difference will be, but I know the angle is going to be changed again. That's just the way it is. There we go. And we're going to have to put a washer too to help. Alright, so this will be... So now it's going to be, more than likely, it's probably going to go like this. And for this way, I think it's probably less support, to be honest with you. You can see that. Versus this guy here. See over here, he creates like sort of a V shape. Kind of lock and load right there for the downforce. With this one here, he has no incentive to stop. He can just go all the way. There's no V shape. But however, our goal is to actually go like this way with him. Remember this way again? If this way, this is probably more secure. Not go like this. He's not going to work that way. So we can get this guy to come up like this way, which is going to create a little bit more objective for us, because we need to actually drill the hole like somewhere perfectly right there, you know. So that's only, but he will be more stronger if we were to be able to get him to come out like this. We will definitely have a much stronger downforce, because now he has nowhere to go. He's being blocked by the lip of the gas tank, which this one didn't have nothing, but however this had its V shape, which kind of locked itself interlock like this, you know. But it was depending upon things, you know, not moving out of place too. So this one we don't have to worry about. So this one would have been a much more secure here, this shebang right here. So let's go and do it. Let's go and lefty-loosey this guy out. I had a little breakfast, I guess 2 quesadillas at Del Taco. They were really good. Only $1. I got a couple of them. I wish I got 4 of them, really. They were delicious with strawberry lemonade from Del Taco. There's a little advertisement there. Del Taco, the main. I know this is a huge video here. but I just want to make sure I get it the way it's supposed to be able to have the integrity still, not just the aesthetic. So we're trying to knock out 2 birds, not just get 1 bird. I mean, we spent all this money on this little fixture here. I mean, you know, we haven't did any damage yet, so that's a good thing, really. But I want to see this guy's loosened. When he's loosened already, I can just go ahead and prepare to tighten again. Squeeze it down a little bit, give it a little bit more downforce. That way he comes off pretty easy. Easy pleasy. Easy peasy. Alright, so there we go. Now we're going to put the lug nut on him. Alright, there we go. We got that there. Alright, now it's time. You can see here a ball barrier there. You can see the mechanism inside of them. It's kind of nice. They have that little flexibility there for us. Okay, now we're going to... Hopefully they didn't do it the same way, huh? Now this is probably the 4th way, really. I think we tried every angle from flipping this and that way. And so this is no other way. There's only 4 options here. Either... You know, actually, let's see the combination. 1, 2, actually 8 options. I apologize. 8 options. So, you know, each one of these are considered 4 of their own. Either this way or the other way. So, 4 options. Almost there. Ooh. Oh. There we go. Hold it steady while put that in there. Oh, that's nice.
Come on, come on, come on.
Okay. Hello, Papa. I can pull hot what? So cold. Turkey? Turkey noodle? Yes. Bye. Sister says she made some turkey noodle. Oh, it's gonna be good. Turkey clear noodle. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put this guy here. I'm gonna put him on my shoulders. Let's do this again, shall we? Alright, let's see where he may lay. Oh, I think they're, don't worry about rethreading him yet. I think they'll be fine. Okay, here we go. We'll get 1 in there first. Gotta turn it clockwise. Now it's getting easier now. I'm actually going. Bye-bye. Oh, Joe Chen. Joe Chen Pong. Okay. Nathan, they love that pizza, that Little Caesar chicken bacon one. I didn't like it. I love that little thin crust, but I guess whatever they like, I'll grab it for them. I like the one, if I do go with the chicken bacon, I like the other place, the other pizzeria. A little mom and pop shop. They're Indian owners. Man, they make a really good chicken bacon pizza. Even though they don't eat meat, they know a good chicken bacon when they when they make one. So that's kind of like. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go and try tilt this guy. Again, we're gonna try position him forward. So let's go and push him back like this. Oh, there we go. We're gonna push him forward like that. If he doesn't come forward, then there's no point. There's no point at all. He has to come forward. Either we have to maybe, you know, screw this all the way, which I'm doing right now. Let's screw the other one. I had to dig really closer in there, that's probably why. Alright, so they're screwed all the way in. And let's see if we can flex them. So do a little, oh no, they're pushing way forward. Wait, well, let's see. Way forward, but I can rock it back. There you go. As long as I can rock it back. It's a different story there. Yes! Alright, so this one, I can probably deal with more confidently. This one's probably, even though it's hard to cut, because now he's in more in the center. But let me go and put those little 3 amigos in there. And we'll probably do it this way. I feel more confident with him being the way he is there. because there's nowhere to go. It kind of locks him there. He's not going to spin a 360 on us if we ever, break half of it. He's just going to stay locked. Well, if we break half of it, it's going to not stay locked, but it's going to, we've hit a marking. Okay. There's no thread locker on here, which is good for right now. Alright, so this will probably work excellent for us. I'm not sure this worked better than the other time, but we'll find out. But let me get this guy's all flushed, snugged in there. Have to lift it up a little bit in order to ease. Should be able to finger tight all of these guys. Alright. Now we can go in sort of with the hand tool here. Still tightening by hand, really. Alright. Okay, that one's good. Now what we do is just give it a little snug. Why tie is still the best?
When that sun comes out, we'll be ready.
Oh yeah, can't wait till springtime. Oh man, it smells so good right now. Noodles. Some clear noodle. I love those. Okay, anyway, I'm not snugging all the way. Okay, great. There we go. And let's try and check this out. Almost in 3 hours of detour here, but we just gotta rearrange it to a way that we know it's gonna properly do its functionality. This could be screwed in a little bit more. And that's just something when we actually finalize and stuff like that. See that right there? Yeah, I could have screwed it in way more. I didn't realize it wasn't screwed all the way in yet before I start bolting it, but that's my fault. But that's okay. It just gives an idea how this is angled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release it. See, if once I release it more, going upward, it hits this guy right here. And I believe this is going to be covered up anyway. So it might not be a hard drill anyway. We still might have to drill a hole right here actually, though. This part is actually... In fact, this one's probably better than the last one we did. Because the last one, I think we really had to... Maybe, I don't know. This thing might hit drill mark-wise. But I got a feeling this one looks way better. Let's see. Now, I can move it this way to the side while it doesn't look balanced. See there, it doesn't look... Well, for one thing, I didn't tighten this guy. As I should have turned him around for security. So let me move this guy here. Okay, let me see if I can shift them to the right a little bit. To the right of us. Okay, I can't really shift them anywhere. Or maybe I can, but I just didn't maybe do it right. Let's see if I can shift him now. No, he's pretty much set in his ways there. He's just staying in the... Which is, I think I'm shifting him a little bit. Yeah, you can see there. It's evening him out. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put pressure on this, which puts lift on this. Oh, wow, yeah, it did. It did it. It did it. Did it. I never had that before. If you notice here, watch. If you notice here, when I actually back this out, which is going to be, clockwise, you can see this thing actually reinforces itself. It puts pressure on this bar to actually lift this tail up. So this is a good thing, actually, because that means this thing is going to be sturdy. See that? Oh, I don't want to do the point where I can overdo it and then this thing cracks. These things are like powerful tools because they can put leverage on this thing and crack this part. You don't even know it. So you want to do enough here. So when the impact comes from the top, the idea is when the impact comes from this top right here, from like bouncing when you go on the railroad tracks and stuff like that, it puts pressure on this guy to not move anywhere for us. So yep, this is it. This is probably how we're going to really do it. And it doesn't look too shabby either. Look at it. Check it out. Center fold. And so when we're going to cut our, our big kahuna here, more than likely, he doesn't look like he's too off. So we'll just got to make sure when we tape it, we're going to put the little round bushings right here. and we're going to tape it properly. So when we cut him off, more likely he's probably going to be like right there in this vicinity. It's still going to be a round tape, by the way. So coming from here, this incline position, kind of give you the idea what we're dealing with here. See, you can see here it's still made in the round part. I don't see any. See, if this was level, you can see that it hides it. There shouldn't be any problem whatsoever there. Well, before I continue and probably work on this in a fatigue state or empty stomach, let's say, let me eat first, and then we'll come back to this. Again, it's Michael from GY6 store. Appreciate you guys hanging in there, trying to see how I'm going to configure this. And it doesn't look too bad too of a slant. It actually looks pretty tight. Much more. Let's see here. I'm going to back up. I'm going to take some few pictures here while I'm backing out, so that way you guys can see it as all as still images. Here we go. My battery's going out almost, which is fine because I'm almost going out in battery. Alright, this is Michael from GY6 store. We'll continue this again in the next video series. Take one last final picture here from afar. I'm gonna move the sort of the chair out of the way. Get a little bit more of the background clearance. I like it, I really do. Wow, looked like the dragon's tail. I knew we'll figure out a method to this madness eventually. So, this is it. This is it. This is what we're going to be dealing with. Sweet. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.